everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Eric and I'm glad you could join us. In full disclosure, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I just started implementing this particular practice in my sous vide cooking because I had $400 of food completely ruined. It was overcooked by my precision cooker, and that should never happen sous vide. So today I'm going to share with you what to do so that the same thing doesn't happen to you and you can get perfect results with your immersion circulator. So first, if you're unfamiliar with sous vide cooking, let me explain. Sous vide is actually a French term. It means under vacuum, but that particular phrase has become synonymous with the unit that's used to control the temperature of the water bath that your food cooks in. So this is actually called an immersion circulator. The immersion circulator is placed into a bin or a pot of water. The temperature is set, and it then begins to heat that water up to the very specific temperature that you program it to. Once it gets to temperature, you place your food in it, whether it's vegetables or meat, and your food is generally under vacuum or sous vide, and you cook it for the appropriate amount of time. The idea of sous vide cooking is that you get precision cooking, and it comes out perfect every time, supposedly. An immersion circulator is actually a pretty simple machine, and when you take it apart, you'll notice that there's really only 4 components to the bottom of this. You have the fan, which moves the water. You have the heating element, which heats up the water. You have the temperature probe for the heating element, and then you have the temperature probe for the water itself. All of those work in conjunction with each other, and when this thing works perfect, you get amazing results. But every once in a while, something can go wrong. And what went wrong for me was a mineral deposit in the water, along with food debris over time that had coated not only the heating element, the coils, but also the temperature probe, giving me incredibly inaccurate readings. And I'm talking to the tune of 10, 15 degrees. So I thought I was cooking my $200 60-day dry-aged Wagyu steaks at 135, when in reality I was cooking them at 150. Obviously the steaks were way overcooked. I thought the unit was out of calibration, so I went to calibrate it, but the unit was still giving me very erratic readings. I mean, it was bouncing from 5 degrees, 8 degrees, 10 degrees. There was absolutely no consistency in it. I was ready to toss the unit out, and hopefully you don't have to go through the same thing.
All right, let me show you how we're going to do this. This is our immersion circulator from Inkbird. We're just going to remove that bottom section to expose the temperature probes and the heating coils, and depending on the condition of your water and really how you use your immersion circulator, yours may look better than this. It may look worse than this. But you can see, we've got calcium buildup on the temperature probes. The heating coils have all kinds of buildup around the edges, even in between the cracks right there. And so all of that stuff is going to affect the way this unit runs. And like I said before, this particular unit was running 10, 15 degrees hotter than it should, drastically overcooked several dishes. And that's not good for a precision cooker. So now it's not the unit's fault, it's the buildup on the temperature probes and the heating coils that's causing it to run hot. So let me show you how we're going to fix that. We're going to start with a pot of water. We got 2 quarts of water, and we're going to add 2 quarts of white distilled vinegar. So equal parts water and vinegar, and we're going to go ahead and stick our unit inside that. Now, if the water line doesn't get to where you want, instead of adding more water and vinegar, add some sous vide bags or heat-safe bags that are filled with water that will displace the water that's currently there. That way you don't have to waste a lot of vinegar. We're going to turn our unit on. And the first thing I'm going to do is adjust the temperature to 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to set the timer for 1 hour. Now I'm using the app that comes with this particular device in order to control it. Now my unit is running, and we're going to let it do its thing. So we're going to let the water come to temperature. Once it comes to temperature, we're going to allow it to run for 1 hour. If your immersion circulator is not that dirty and you do this pretty frequently, you can remove it from the water once it gets to the set temperature. And that generally only takes about 5 or 10 minutes. But in my case, it was really dirty, so we left it in there for the full hour, and now it's time to inspect it. For most people, the biggest issue that you're going to deal with is mineral deposits, depending on the condition of your water, and this little trick will take care of that no problem. But we tend to use our unit much, much harder, and so we get lots of different types of buildup. So if you do happen to have remaining buildup, and for me, I've got a little bit of buildup in between those heating coils, just take a Brillo pad or a small, stiff bristle brush and gently wipe them clean. And it should come off no problem because the vinegar bath that we gave it just a minute ago has done the heavy lifting. When you're inspecting your unit, there's about 4 things you want to take a look at. Number 1 is the heating coils, which is this section right here. The next thing you want to look at are the temperature probes. The one suspended reads the temperature of the water. That one's this one. And this one reads the temperature of the coils. And then finally, just check the rod that controls the fan or the circulator itself, and just make sure that those are all clean. For me, the unit looks brand new. We're going to go ahead and put it all back together, and we're done.
And there you have it. Very easy hack on how to maintain your immersion circulator so you can have amazing food every time you cook sous vide. Don't do like I did. Wait till it's too late, ruin a batch of food, and then clean it. So before your next sous vide project, run this cleaning cycle, inspect it, make sure that there's no debris on the probes or the heating coils. Now, we used vinegar and water at a 50-50 ratio. You can also use the calcium lime rust remover, CLR, at a 10% ratio, and it'll work just as good, if not a little bit better. And just remember, the more you do this, the less time you have to let it sit in that solution. So if you implement this as part of like a preventative maintenance for your immersion circulator and do it, let's say, once every 3 months, you only have to let the immersion circulator sit in the water until it gets to the set temperature, which is 140 Fahrenheit or 60 Celsius, and that process only takes about 5 or 10 minutes, depending on the size bin you're using. So there you have it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We are in the middle of filming season 2 of Celebrate Sausage. If you're not familiar with Celebrate Sausage, we dedicate the entire month of October to sausage making videos, and it's going to be absolutely epic this year. I hope you can join us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.